They're off. Jumping away for the SG Estates Handicap Chase, the nose-banded veteran, Civil Unrest. Bands is off in front in customary fashion, leading to the first of the 12 scheduled fences. Ahead of Burning Issues in a dark blue jacket, Malinavat out wide, jumping up well. At the second half of the field, led by Malangan, the quarter jacket with a black and white half sleeve to jockey Tom Scudamore. At Salto Chisco, Paige Fuller in the red, white and blue, racing alongside Starlight Court and Stan Shepherd at the back of the field. Making their progress then onto the pair of fences before the judge. Civil Unrest. Brian Hughes giving a lead to Malinavat on the left, who got quite warm in the preliminaries on this sultry afternoon. All six safe enough there, with Burning Issues touching down in third, just ahead of Malangan. Salto Chisco. And in the sheepskin noseband, Starlight Court at the back of the field. At the third, Civil Unrest. Malinavat jumping up on the near side. And this pair now move on by 3 lengths or so. To Malangan, alongside Burning Issues. And Salto Chisco, the shadow to Starlight Court. Swinging the turn at the foot of the bank. And going on fairly swiftly to the fourth. Malinavat under Henry Brook, white jacket. Just with the lead now over Civil Unrest. Burning Issues landing just third ahead of Malangan. Reminder on touching down for Civil Unrest. Starlight Court and Salto Chisco still weighted with. On towards the fifth before the first of a pair of ditches in the race. Malinavat. Civil Unrest in the noseband. Has to be nudged along. It's just been joined by Burning Issues, pink cap. Then Malangan, the star on the cap for Scudamore. Salto Chisco out wide and Starlight Court. And Malinavat over the ditch. And Civil Unrest, having been headed 3 or 4 fences back by Malinavat, has dropped himself right back to the tail of the field now. He's had to be coaxed along by Brian Hughes as they take the bend at the halfway point. Further 6 fences to jump. Malinavat by a couple of lengths to Burning Issues. Starlight Court with the hooped sleeves has made progress to dispute third with Malangan. Salto Chisco in 5th place is in touch, but Civil Unrest is losing the battle at present, dropping off them as they take the first across on the far side. Burning Issues steady going into that one, and it's Malinavat on towards 5 out. With almost 4 in a line in behind. Burning Issues, Starlight Court in the noseband, Salto Chisco, the red, white and blue, Malangan out wide, and they're all applying pressure to Malinavat. Civil Unrest meanwhile was pulled up, going to the open ditch, 4 out. Malinavat joined by Salto Chisco with a big leap there, coming up sides under Paige Fuller. On to the third last, Salto Chisco and Malinavat. Malangan close up in third ahead of Starlight Court. Burning Issues drops a couple of lengths off them. Just a little outpace, brushing in tight to the wing there. Swinging back towards home, Salto Chisco. Malangan looking threatening out wide. Now Malinavat under a drive. Starlight Court still poised, sandwiched between horses as Salto Chisco tries to slip the field running around the bend. Leads by a length and a half. Starlight Court giving chase. Scudamore now bringing it to drive away on Malangan, just switching in behind Starlight Court, and then Malinavat. Here's the second last then, Salto Chisco in front but only narrowly. Starlight Court challenging on the left. Malangan with a couple of lengths to make up. They've dropped Malinavat and then Burning Issues. Between the final 2 fences they come. Salto Chisco plucky. Starlight Court hasn't yet managed to get past. Malangan sticking to the task. Salto Chisco untidy. A worse mistake from Starlight Court. That's handed Malangan a chance now. Scudamore driving away, trying to get past Salto Chisco, who's battling on willingly. There's not going to be much in this. Malangan and Salto Chisco, they've gone past together. And they drew away from Starlight Court. Malinavat and Burning Issues the next 2 home. It'll go to the judge.
All in for this empty safe handicap. 1 mile and 6 furlongs is the journey. And they're off. jumping away from the stalls. Ignatius rousted along in the early strides. Far side jumping out well was Affair, who leads to Hats Away in the noseband. Lady Alyssa nosebanded as well. Light blue sleeves out wide. Ignatius now coming through to join Affair, and Highway Robberies on the outside as they race towards the left-hand turn. So Affair the leader from Ignatius. Highway Robbery wide then. Spring Run into a good position now on the inside of Lady Alicia. Then Beechwood James and Banter Bay, they're about 7th and 8th, followed by Greenview Paradise. Mr. Nice Guy 70, towards the back Monty's Angel and Brass. Affair leads them towards the side of the course. Affair in the hands of Stevie Donahue from Ignatius in second place. Then another length and a half to the favourite Spring Run in the blue and white half sleeves blue cap, followed by Highway Robbery and Hats Away and Lady Alicia, Beechwood James and Banter Bay. And then further back to Mr. Nice Guy on the inside of Greenview Paradise 70, Monty's Angel and Brass bringing up the rear, and some way off the leader, a good 15 lengths off the front running Affair as they race on towards the top left-hander. Affair is held together in front here, not overdoing it. In second, Ignatius. Spring Run just off the rail now in the hands of Charlie Bishop, goes up on the outside of Ignatius. Then Hats Away in fourth, followed by Highway Robbery, Lady Alicia and Beechwood James, and then Banter Bay. Further back to Greenview Paradise, a bit worse than midfield for Mr. Nice Guy 70. And now heading up the hill, Monty's Angel is towards the outside at the rear, and Brass is driven along and struggling at the back, climbing the hill. And Affair still leading the way in this long distance test from Ignatius on the inside of Hats Away, and wide of those is Spring Run in that blue cap. Second now, shadowing the leader. Ignatius third, Hats Away fourth, Beechwood James, then Lady Alicia in that noseband. The grey Greenview Paradise on the inside of Highway Robbery. Banter Bay is caught very wide, and then further back to Monty's Angel and 70 as they round the turn. Mr. Nice Guy has dropped right out of it and swinging the turn down the hill. Affair and Spring Run, these two now stride for stride on turning in. Chased hard by Ignatius on the inside, switch to the inside, also switching inside behind runners in the red jacket. Monty's Angel making some ground. Hats Away is out wide with Lady Alicia as Spring Run takes it up. Spring Run from Ignatius with out wide Hats Away putting in a determined head down drive as they race towards the final furlong. Spring Run is hard ridden. Ignatius far side, Hats Away, then Lady Alicia inside the final furlong. Spring Run is desperately trying to hold off Hats Away here. It's a length and a half between them, and Spring Run is kept going by Charlie Bishop and wins in the colours of the British Racing Club. In second, Hats Away. Ignatius in third, tight for fourth, Banter Bay on the outside of Highway Robbery.
And away they go for the William Hill Betting TV handicap chase, and setting off down the back straight for the first time. Royal Plaza is leading Teaser as they go down towards the first, and they all jumped it well. Gap already of 5 lengths to Admiral Sunset and Tidal Watch on the outside. Salto Chisco at the back of the field. They move on towards the second now, and slightly awkward by the two leaders there, Royal Plaza and Teaser in the cheek pieces, getting ready for the open ditch, which is number 3, and they're going a good clip here in this 2-miler, and they jump that safely. And it's Royal Plaza, Nick Schofield taking them along as they race down the side of the course, with Teaser racing in second, Admiral Sunset just a neck ahead of Tidal Watch and 2 lengths back to Salto Chisco as they go over the water jump and head down now towards the turn to the home straight. So Royal Plaza and Nick Schofield leading Teaser and Tom Scudamore by about a length as they turn in. Admiral Sunset, the mare, Dave Bass behind them in third on the inside, the nose-banded runner, red jacket, and then poised Tidal Watch in the pale colours. Oh, what a bad mistake by Teaser, and a good sit there by Tom Scudamore on the outside. Didn't disturb Salto Chisco, jumped just behind Teaser. Let's see how he jumps the next fence. Royal Plaza, Teaser in second, a better jump that time. Admiral Sunset, Tidal Watch hacking just behind them in fourth, and Salto Chisco. So the 3 lengths would cover the runners then as they pass us, with Just under a circuit to go now, heading down towards the 7th fence down the side of the course in this William Hill Betting TV handicap chase. And Royal Plaza takes the field along. Teaser, there's 4 timers seeking Improver in 2nd place. Admiral Sunset, an old rival of Teaser, on the inside as they go towards the next fence. Again, Teaser was all a bad mistake, Admiral Sunset, and that shot Dave Bass forward in the saddle, but he did extremely well to stay on board there. Can she recover? Teaser didn't jump it that well either. Again, Royal Plaza from Teaser still in there pitching as they take the first down the back. In 3rd then, still looking nicely poised is Tidal Watch, and Salto Chisco is close up alongside, and then about 8 lengths back then to Admiral Sunset, who's trying to recover as they go over that next fence. Admiral Sunset jumped that like a beaten mare, though. I think that's her race run, unless something happens ahead of her. They're racing down towards the open ditch then. This is 4 from the finish, and the 4 runners separated by only a length and a half, and the one that's full of running is Tidal Watch. But Teaser knows how to win and is in front, but on sufferance maybe. Royal Plaza on the inside tries to battle back. Salto Chisco on the outside of Tidal Watch makes things very interesting as they go over 3 out. And there's only, again, nothing between them really, and it's Tidal Watch now who finds himself in front. Teaser's jumping mistakes have caught up with him. Salto Chisco goes into 2nd as they swing down towards the entrance to the straight. 2 fences left to go. Tidal Watch in front here as he comes down to the 2nd last. Salto Chisco in 2nd place. Tidal Watch, a good jump, slightly out to the right, but he leads by a couple of lengths. Salto Chisco is now beaten surely in 2nd, as long as Tidal Watch gets this final fence right. Comes up towards it now, and he's, oh, the commentator's curse, I'm afraid. He's down and out of the race. Salto Chisco, Royal Plaza set to fight it out. Can Teaser find something on the inside? Teaser's beginning to get up, you know, on the inner. Salto Chisco and Teaser. Salto Chisco and Teaser in a bobbing finish, and it goes to the judge with Royal Plaza back in 3rd place. I'm pleased to see that Tidal Watch is up okay. So too Richie McClernand. Is over to the judge.
Now it's 5. And looks like they've done the trick. Last one's gone forward. All in the stalls. And they're off, and they race over the 6 furlong trip for the best shows in Wolverhampton. Visit grandtheatre.co.uk. Handicap salmon fishing with ground to make up from the back of the field, along with Lincoln Red, Twilighting and Brother Bentley lead from Miss Gaga. They're the first 3 to show. Next on the inside, Maid Millie. Knockabout Queen's just behind the leaders. Then out wide, Frau, and also Chop Chop as they race towards the end of the back straight. Senorita Grande towards the back with Cadiz, and Salmon Fishing and Lincoln Red trail as they leave the back straight. Twilighting narrowly from Brother Bentley, and then 3 deep, Chop Chop. Pink and green against the fence, Maid Millie from the white, blue and red of Miss Gaga. They're past halfway, and Twilighting and Callum Shepherd will lead the field in, but only just from Brother Bentley and Chop Chop, and tracking them closely, Maid Millie positioned to strike just behind the leaders with Miss Gaga, and then there's a length back to the next Knockabout Queen, and they're followed further back by Frau trying to improve, but off the final turn it's Brother Bentley going on from against the inside rail. Twilighting here with a strong run now, Miss Gaga just behind the Maid Millie, then Knockabout Queen, Frau, and down the wide outside Senorita Grande, but it's inside the final furlong Miss Gaga who's hit the front. Senorita Grande is a late threat as they go towards the line. Miss Gaga staying on strongly, driven out, goes on to score. Miss Gaga went on to win, beat Senorita Grande, Maid Millie and Knockabout Queen running on behind the leaders.
They're off. They begin then, and they've got 11 to jump. Festival Dawn is just the first to show in front. The orange of Willow May towards the left. Meep Meep is right up with the leaders, and Posh Trish in a prominent position as well from Midnight Referendum and Helston Point behind those as they come then to the first of 11 flights of hurdles. Getting over it now, all up and over safely with Belmont Jewel the back marker, but a long leader Festival Dawn is at least 10 lengths ahead of her rivals already, and she now gets over number 2 with the nosebound Meep Meep. Took it in second position, the light blue jacket of Posh Trish. Holding third place, Midnight Referendum and Hurlstone Point giving chase to her to Willow May, as the leader has already taken number 3. Emprunt Reconce and Definitely an Oscar race together. In behind those is Kilcara, and they're followed in then by Beyond Approach, who's like most of them a little keen in the early strides. Then comes Ziggy Rose as they make their way down towards number 4. Festival Dawn clear, 15 lengths ahead. Meep Meep took it in second. Big lead from Posh Trish over in third position, and then the pale jacket and dark cap of Hurlstone Point, who's racing ahead. Midnight Referendum, the white cap of Emprunt Reconce, and the orange of Willow May either side of Definitely an Oscar with blue sleeves. Behind those is Beyond Approach as they race downhill out of the home straights. Now 25 lengths the lead for Richard Johnson on Festival Dawn as they make their way towards the far side of the course. The back marker at the moment is Belmont Jewel. Also Kenford Mallard is towards the back of the field in company with the yellow sleeves of Back in the Old Times. With those as well is Annie Mack and Princess Roxy. Meanwhile, in front, running on towards number 5, Festival Dawn, 15 to 20 lengths ahead. Meep Meep running in second position, and she in turn is the best part of 8, maybe even 10 lengths ahead of the light blue of Posh Trish. She'll take the first in the back straight in third position. Midnight Referendum is into fourth place, then on the inside of Hurlstone Point, and the green of Definitely an Oscar behind those. Emprunt Reconce was next, and bad error there from Ziggy Rose. Striped jacket back in the well, towards the rear of the field. Now she's got 3 behind her at this stage. Middle but on the far side, Festival Dawn, only by about 10 now to Meep Meep in second. Similar margin to Posh Trish, Midnight Referendum. Definitely an Oscar with those, and then Hurlstone Point, Emprunt Reconce, and 2 or 3 lengths behind those as the leader jumps the last on the far side to the check jacket of Beyond Approach, who's clear of Princess Roxy and Annie Mack, and with that Kilcara and Willow May and Belmont Jewel, and behind those 2 Ziggy Rose, and behind Ziggy Rose there's 5 or 6 lengths to a struggling Back in the Old Times, who's in company with Kenford Mallard and the last couple of runners, and they'd be 100 yards behind the runaway leader Festival Dawn. She continues to be well clear, at least 10 in front of Meep Meep, and Tom Scudamore has always been in second position as they begin the turn out of the back straight. They are then followed through by Posh Trish, who narrowly holds third position from Midnight Referendum. Definitely an Oscar in green is a length and a half behind those, followed by Hurlstone Point with Emprunt Reconce undertaking that. They're followed in by Beyond Approach, and then comes Annie Mack and Kilcara together as Ziggy Rose is being pulled up as the leaders now completed a circuit, is into the home straight. They have 4 to jump, less than 5 furlongs to go, and it's Festival Dawn who continues to be in front. The others are definitely closing now. Festival Dawn by about 3 lengths to Definitely an Oscar, Posh Trish and Meep Meep. Getting there as well is Beyond Approach, Emprunt Reconce coming into it. Annie Mack is not far behind those on the left as well as they come down to the third last. And Definitely an Oscar's a faller. Definitely an Oscar fell at the third last. 2 to jump from here now. Meep Meep in the noseband on the left, hanging a bit. Festival Dawn on the right. Posh Trish between those. And then back in fourth position Beyond Approach, and Annie Mack, white with blue sleeves, into fifth and running on. But now it's nearest to us Posh Trish and Harry Cobden, who've just come to head Festival Dawn as they run down towards the last. Annie Mack is still running on. Meep Meep has third. Posh Trish up and over the last safely. Touchdown by now 2 or 3 lengths to Festival Dawn in second. It is Posh Trish and Harry Cobden who've won. Second place to go to Festival Dawn. Annie Mack staying on well in the whole closing stage has got third position. Meep Meep is back in fourth.
All in. And they're off. And racing for the Sky Sports Racing on Virgin 535 EBF Maiden Stakes. Good start made by Ivor Reflection to lead early on to Irish Eileen with the noseband in second. Towards the near side, Ocasio Cortez is very handy, just ahead of Taxiwala, who's racing in company with Galactic Glow, who's just off the pace in the white and blue colours as they sort themselves out. Behind Galactic Glow in the yellow and white is Red Reflection, and then the white and black of Dragon Command. Towards the back with the white face is Purple Empress as they race to halfway. Towards the far side, Taxiwala is now getting interested to come and join issue with Ivor Reflection. These two at the head of affairs. Towards the near side, Ocasio Cortez is under pressure. Galactic Glow needs to get going as they race down now for the final furlong. Taxiwala has joined issue with Ivor Reflection. Then comes Ocasio Cortez. Galactic Glow is taking his time to get organised. Meanwhile, up front, it's still Ivor Reflection in front. Taxiwala, they come pretty close together. Ivor Reflection is a half length in front to Taxiwala. Ivor Reflection and Jane Elliott doing enough. Ivor Reflection makes a winning debut to Taxiwala in second. Galactic Glow got going a bit too late. He finished third, but we'll know more next time. And home in fourth was Ocasio Cortez.
And they're off. Milrose Bell began well. Missy Orbago to the outside. White Lilac to the inside. This is the Lodge at Perth Racecourse Novices Handicap Hurdle. Racing for the Alan Normal Memorial Trophy. They're coming towards flight number 1, and it was Missy Orbago who touched down in front. Milrose Bell, Just Brook, and Emerald de Katana are well to the fore as they head down towards the next hurdle. White Lilac, Orange and Black Jacket to the inside. Sky Hill in midfield, then Cudgel coming on towards this next hurdle, and it's Missy Orbago who jumps it safely. They're all safely over it. Angel's Envy is the bat marker running up towards the judge, and Missy Orbago has got an easy lead and leads by a good 6 or 7 lengths. Just Brook to the outside of Emerald de Katana. On the inside, Milrose Bell, then White Lilac, Sky Hill, Song of the Night, Cudgel, and Angel's Envy. That's the running order behind. A long way to go though. Running now towards the turn, around the bend they go and run to the third hurdle. Missy Orbago and Nathan Moscrop is in front. Emerald de Katana in second place. Milrose Bell up along the inside. Just Brook in the maroon and white stripes is following. Then Sky Hill in the blue and yellow quartered jacket. White Lilac, Song of the Night, and Cudgel, Angel's Envy. That's the running order behind, and they're about to turn into the back. Missy Orbago with this easy lead by a good 5 or 6 lengths ahead of Emerald de Katana and Thomas Wilmot, with Milrose Bell, Brian Hughes to the inside, the red and yellow silks. Just Brook out wide for Grant Coburn. Sky Hill is following the leaders and Craig Nicol. Then White Lilac followed by Song of the Night, Cudgel, and Angel's Envy. Running now towards this hurdle. Leader just steadied on the approach, all safely over it. At the back in the field, Cudgel didn't make a great shape. Angel's Envy was a little bit on the sluggish side, but nothing too serious. So leaving the back, Missy Orbago leads by 6 lengths. Emerald de Katana, Just Brook, they're second and third respectively. Milrose Bell's just in behind them, followed by Sky Hill and White Lilac. Song of the Night, Cudgel, and Angel's Envy the last two, and Missy Orbago produces a really big jump at that flight. So it's Missy Orbago by 6 lengths. Tight call for second place. Just Brook on the outside of Emerald de Katana. Milrose Bell is following the leaders, and then Sky Hill as they approach the turn into the straight. White Lilac and Sam Twiston Davis on the inside running around the orange and black. Song of the Night, who hasn't run for some time, follows, and then Cudgel and Angel's Envy, they're the last two as they come off the bend. Running now towards the next flight, which is hurdle number 6 of the 12. Going to it, and it's Missy Orbago, the leader. Leading here from Emerald de Katana and Just Brook. Running towards this flight, Missy Orbago over it. Tight call for second place, Emerald de Katana and Just Brook. They're followed by Milrose Bell and Sky Hill. And then Song of the Night, White Lilac, Cudgel, and Angel's Envy. And they still have a circuit to go. So running towards this next hurdle, and Missy Orbago for the connections come towards this flight, and over it with a 3-length lead. Missy Orbago, the leader, running up to the stands. So the Rebecca Menzies train runner is in front of Emerald de Katana and Just Brook, then Sky Hill, who's up along the inside. To the outside, Song of the Night, then White Lilac. Now Milrose Bell has just lost a little bit of ground, is being pushed along around that turn. Angel's Envy is second last, and Cudgel is at the back, would be about 12 lengths off the pace. So they're on their final circuit. They've got 5 hurdles left to jump, and Monsieur Bago still has this good lead over Emirate Katana and Just Brook, then Sky Hill and Song of the Night. They're jumping the first hurdle on the final circuit. White Lilac and Angel's Envy are off the pace. Milrose Bell struggling to keep up, and Cudgel is up along the outside of it. So they leave that side of the track and go down the back now with 4 to jump, and it's Monsieur Bago in front. About 3/4 of a mile or so still to cover. Monsieur Bago has the lead by about 4 lengths. Just Brook maroon and white stripes to the inside, the red, white and blue of Emirate Katana, with Song of the Night to the wide outside. They're jumping that next flight of hurdles now. Sky Hill is making a nice move up the inside, the blue and yellow quartered jacket for Craig Nicol. So Monsieur Bago is the leader. They've only got 3 hurdles to jump. Monsieur Bago by about 5 lengths on the side of the track, with Sky Hill in contention. Sky Hill going along merrily with Emirate Katana to the outside of it. They're being followed by Angel's Envy, Just Brook and White Lilac. And now running towards the turn. Song of the Night's just getting tapped for speed. Cudgel is getting tapped for speed. And Milrose Bell is the one who is tailed off and has been pulled up. So it's Monsieur Bago in front with over 3 furlongs to go for most of this race, or to this point. Monsieur Bago's had an easy lead, but is now being pushed along. The others are closing. Monsieur Bago's lead now down to a couple of lengths and is driven. Meanwhile, Emirate Katana is still well to the fore, so too is Just Brook, White Lilac, Sky Hill, and Angel's Envy has crept into close contention. Running down towards the second last, and over it, Monsieur Bago driven along. Angel's Envy giving chase. Emirate Katana running a big race. White Lilac and Sky Hill are just in behind them. Just Brook has weakened on the run down towards the last hurdle. Emirate Katana, Angel's Envy and Monsieur Bago. Emirate Katana over on the far side. Emirate Katana now moving on, being followed by Angel's Envy and Monsieur Bago in the run to the line. It is Emirate Katana who has the lead. Angel's Envy and Monsieur Bago running on. Emirate Katana the winner in the hands of Thomas Wilmot. Tight places, Monsieur Bago and Angel's Envy, and they're followed home by White Lilac.
The 6 furlong start, and they're off. And B Machine began well, that one just been shaken up to go forward, and races alongside Ingleby Molly, and well to the fore is Clergyman, ticks the boxes, More Money, More Party to the outside. Between horses is Going Native as they dash towards the first turn. Further back to Isabella Ruby, that one in the purple and white jacket and races fairly wide. Imperial Legend is towards the inside. Cador Lily is off the pace, and then comes Clergyman now, who drops back to second last place, and Serious Move is the back marker. So they're on the downhill run now towards the halfway point, and as they head towards halfway, Ingleby Molly fairly wide with B Machine, and then More Money, More Party in the blue and white jacket ticks the boxes. Imperial Legend, they follow. They're being chased by Isabella Ruby. So it's Ingleby Molly now making the run towards that near side running rail, followed by B Machine, Imperial Legend, and then comes More Money, More Party, ticks the boxes. Cador Lily, Perfect Words, trying to get on terms, and further back to Going Native. A furlong left to go. B Machine is the leader from Imperial Legend. Cador Lily coming with a run there towards the centre. Then Perfect Words. B Machine is now all out from Imperial Legend and Cador Lily. B Machine trying to fend the ball off. B Machine goes on to win. B Machine the winner. Tight places. Cador Lily and Imperial Legend, and Clergyman is alongside Perfect Words for other places.
The runners are walking in towards the starting tape. We're set to race for race 3. They're off for the Sam Skip multimodal maiden hurdle race. 2 miles and 7 furlongs to cover and 12 flights of hurdles to negotiate. Mythical Legend is first to begin. The white jacket with the red cross belts and the blue and white half sleeves leads up by about 3 parts of a length to King Vince, one of the grey horses with the orange jacket and black sleeves, racing second. Pantomime Prominent out wide of runners. Red jacket, yellow star, and then Peculiar Places in the pale blue colours. Cavalry Scout is tucked in behind them. Cien Star towards the inner. St Andrews towards the back. And also towards the back is Tankerton Boy as they negotiate flight number 2. Just a steady pace being set as they head up towards us. Just over 2 circuits to travel then. And King Vince has come through for a share of it. In fact, he's gone to a narrow lead. Leads up by a neck to Mythical Legend racing second. A gap of 2.5 to Peculiar Places racing third. Then a length and a half more to Pantomime, who's racing towards the outside of Cien Star, racing fifth in the black and pink colours. Then the green jacket of Cavalry Scout racing towards the back of the field in front of St Andrews, who's in the blue with the yellow cap. And Tankerton Boy, the yellow with the red braces, is at the back of the 8-runner field. And Wayne Hutchinson's got him about 10 to 12 off the leaders. Into the backstretch they go for the first time then, heading off towards 3 further flights of hurdles. Next up is flight number 3. Down towards it, there's nothing to choose between Mythical Legend and King Vince. They pretty much rise and land together. Gap of 2.5, 2 Peculiar Places, content to get a lead back in third. Sien Star is next towards the rail, followed by Pantomime. Then Cavalry Scout, about 7 lengths off the leaders, back in 6th position. St Andrews towards the back, so too Tankerton Boy. Over the middle one down the far side, and they've all negotiated that pretty well. Tankerton Boy maybe just a little bit sloppy towards the back, but no damage done. And they head off towards the next flight, flight number 5. Mythical Legend towards the inner, and a little bit deeper out King Vince at the 5th. Once again, they rise and land together. A couple of lengths to the smooth travelling Peculiar Places, back in 3rd place. Now behind that one is Sien Star, who's next in the field, followed by Pantomime, and behind Pantomime, sitting well back in the field, is Cavalry Scout, also still towards the back of the pack, St Andrews, and no move from Tankerton Boy in rear. So they're leaving the backstretch behind them and beginning the right-handed turn towards the home straight. Quite a long run before they leave the ground at flight number 6. Still well over a circuit to travel, and no change up front. Mythical Legend still there. He's gone on by about a half length to King Vince racing in 2nd. Gap of 2 Peculiar Places races 3rd. Back in 4th, Sien Star towards the inside is next in the field. And then Pantomime racing just a little bit deeper. Cavalry Scout between those horses with a little bit of a forward move. St Andrews still towards the back. And so too Tankerton Boy. So not much change in the order at all so far as they come down towards flight number 6. This will be the second last in a circuit's time. And all streaming that over that okay. Mythical Legend towards the rail, and King Vince a little bit deeper. Flight 7 upcoming. Mythical Legend, nice jump, a mistake by Peculiar Places, right down on his nose and hooked off the floor there. Good recovery by Richard Johnson, but he's it cost him a few places back in the field, Peculiar Places. He's on an even keel and he seems to be okay. And he's certainly going to go out on the final circuit. But up front, it's Mythical Legend who shows the way by 2 to King Vince racing 2nd. 2.5 back in 3rd position, Sien Star. Pantomime is 4th. Peculiar Places being given time to recover back in 5th. Racing with St Andrews. Cavalry Scout shuffled back. And Tankerton Boy still in the rear of the field. So right-handed go, and Peculiar Places is pulling up. Peculiar Places is pulling up. He's going to be out of the contest here. Into the backstretch they go. He hasn't recovered from that mistake, and Peculiar Places is out of it. So opposite the grandstand they go down the far side towards the next. Flight number 8, Mythical Legend in front by 3. King Vince in 2nd. A similar margin back to Sien Star, followed by Pantomime. St Andrews making up a little bit of ground from the back, followed by Cavalry Scout, and a gap of 3 to Tankerton Boy in the rear of the remaining 7 runners. Off they go to the middle one in the backstretch. Flight number 9 is next. Down towards it, Mythical Legend brushed through the top of it, but got away okay. Still leads by a couple. King Vince just being bustled for a stride or 2 in 2nd as they continue down towards the next flight of hurdles. This is going to be flight number 10. It's 3 flights of hurdles from home. Mythical Legend landed in front by a half length to King Vince. Sien Star still travelling pretty well for Brian Hughes behind them. So too Pantomime. Behind that is St Andrews, then Cavalry Scout ridden along, and Tankerton Boy can't get competitive. He's now detached by 8 to 10 at the rear of the field. So they're leaving the backstretch behind them for the final time and starting the turn towards home in the Samskip multimodal maiden hurdle race. And in front, it's Mythical Legend showing the way, but only by a length. So the improving Sien Star. King Vince now back in 3rd, firmly ridden along. A gap opens up behind those to Pantomime, St Andrews, and Cavalry Scout. Down the straight they come, heading back towards a second last. Mythical Legend trying to kick off the front here. Sien Star gets a tap down the shoulder, but is being drawn out for an effort. Here's the second last flight of hurdles. Mythical Legend down towards the second last, then leading by a length and a half to Sien Star, switching towards the inner. Mythical Legend, she landed a bit flat-footed there. Sien Star's just about upsides. They go down towards the final flight. Mythical Legend pulls out a bit more at the last. Mythical Legend once again not good, but Sien Star was awful in 2nd. They go inside the final furlong now. Mythical Legend kept up to her work. She's gone away by the best part of 7 or 8. Sien Star, a bad mistake at the last. King Vince in 3rd, then St Andrews, but racing up towards the line. Mythical Legend will win an eventful race. Back in 2nd, Sien Star, King Vince for 3rd, and in 4th, St Andrews.
gates crash back. They're off and racing right in front of the stands with a little over a circuit in front of them for this, the Heat Force handicap. And the early pace is going to be set by Antidote. It is Antidote who leads by half a length over fellow grey Bhutan, who runs in second. Half Volley is a little wider out, running in third. And about to move into second, with up along the inside Born Leader as they work their way out towards the back straight. Tiger Skin is not too far off the pace, only a couple of lengths off it in fact, in a red coloured jacket. Is being chased out wide by Bambi's Boy, with Dancing Lily over towards the inside. Spirit of Nicobar is up in between horses as they now enter the back straight and race for their final mile and a quarter. Well back in the field, or certainly in the second half at this stage, is Spring Run. That one just on ahead now of Miss Harriet, with well back in the field Purple Jazz. That one's in a purple coloured jacket towards the outside of both Bird of Life, and up in between runners is Carnage at this point, and also right towards the rear end of the field, Zaydanides, who's over towards the inside of Triple Genius as they continue their forward progress over in the back straight. And as they do so, the lead continues to be held by Antidote. So it is Antidote in front by around about a half length. From in second position, up around the outside, Half Volley, Born Leader to the fence. Then Tiger Skin and Bhutan, who's up in between horses, with racing next up towards the outside Bambi's Boy, with pugged away down along the inner Dancing Lily as they continue their run over on the far side of the track and just about passing halfway now. And as they do so, it continues to be Antidote together with Half Volley. They are the leading pair. Born Leader, the yellow cap, over to the fence. Then Bhutan and Tiger Skin, a couple of lengths off those to find Dancing Lily and Bambi's Boy, who are racing side by side. A couple of further lengths away is Spirit of Nicobar in the light blue and orange diamonds. Martin Dwyer on board seeking his third winner of the afternoon. Miss Harriet is over to that one's inside. Spring Run is working wider as they continue this left-handed journey back towards the home straight and the final half mile of the contest. Purple Jazz is still well back at this stage, as is Carnage, Bird for Life, Zaydanides, and are now pushed along Triple Genius. Homeward bound in the finale, they've now under a half mile to travel down the home straight, with taking over Half Volley in the hands of Megan Nichols, who looks for her second winner on the card. Antidote is now strongly driven and begins to slide back. The yellow cap of Born Leader, with away to the left the red and white colours of Tiger Skin coming there very strongly indeed as they work their way down towards the final 2 furlongs, and Tiger Skin is about to be launched towards the outside and now takes over from Half Volley. Over to the inside, Purple Jazz is staying on from a long way back, and out a bit wider, Spring Run is also putting in some good late work, but it is Tiger Skin taking them on down towards the final furlong. Tiger Skin and Louis Stewart has opened up by 3 to 4 lengths very quickly to in second position Spring Run, and then Bambi's Boy, who's running on. But into the closing stages, Tiger Skin is going to run out, an emphatic winner, and follows up that recent course win, beating into second position Spring Run.
For the Northern Lights 2 Mile Hurdle Series, they're off. Racing over 2 miles with, on the outside, Cinder Band, towards the inside, King's Wharf, the first 2 away, Johnny Delta between them. Then Magnum in the pale green, a little bit deep out on the track. Towards the inside is Buyer Beware, who's racing alongside California Soul on this long run down towards the first flight of hurdles. Vercingetorix at the moment is held up at the back of the field. Last but one was Desert Island Dusk, all safely over flight 1, on towards the second of the 9 flights they'll take. Johnny Delta spearheads the field. Cinderban towards the near side. Over on the far side, King's Wharf, and these are still the first 3. They're being followed by California Soul and Magnum, who took that in a share of 4th place. On the inside, Buyer Beware, and also towards the inside is What a Shot. He's racing at the moment alongside Desert Island Dusk as they go over flight number 3. Vercingetorix is still the back marker. Suggestion is now last but 1, last but 2, Desert Island Dusk, and just ahead of those is Superior Command. So they come up past us with a circuit to go, and it's Cinderman who's keen, and he's out in front now by over 2 lengths. To on the inside, King's Wharf against the rail, just in second. Johnny Delta in third. Magnum out deep is in 4th. Buyer Beware towards the inside, followed by California Soul. The next wave are headed by Superior Command, who's on the outside of Desert Island Dusk. Against the inside rail is What a Shot. Then the last of the 3 greys, Suggestion, last but 1, and the top weight, Vercingetorix, is still the back marker. They go then towards flight number 4, and Cinderban and Callum Bewley will lead them over this first of the 3 flights down the back straight. They're all safely over. So they go towards the halfway point, and Cinderban still has the lead. King's Wharf just second, Johnny Delta in third, Magnum out wide in 4th position as they crossed over the next. The middle flight taken down the back, at which California Soul was niggled away from that flight. Suggestion out wide also gets a first shake of the reins. This will be the 4th from home, and Cinderban's lead was a length and a half over Johnny Delta, now just second. He's on the outside of King's Wharf and Magnum. These then about a length in advance of California Soul, and that one's inside is Buyer Beware. Suggestion plotting a wide course towards the outside of Desert Island Dusk. Vercingetorix is still towards the rear of the field, although he's gone by 1 now. That's Superior Command, who's been ridden along at the back of the field, although he now has gone past Vercingetorix once again. A half mile to go, and Cinderban and Callum Bewley have still got the lead. Johnny Delta won't let him get away. He's now breathing down his neck. Cutting towards the inside is King's Wharf, and a break of 2. Back to Buyer Beware, Magnum, and then the staying on. What a shot. They've gone over the 3rd from home, and Cinderban still has the lead. Now King's Wharf tries to get at him on the inside. Johnny Delta is still right there. What a shot now. He's taking aim, and he's into 4th. Also trying to pick up Superior Command as they come down now towards a 2nd from home. Cinderban again will just have the lead, but only just, and he paddled his way through that flight. He surrenders the advantage to What a Shot, and What a Shot has readily gone on. Superior Command is staying on now into 2nd, and a very close 2nd as they went over the final flight. What a Shot and Ryan Day have got the lead over Superior Command and Derek Fox, and it's between these two with a half furlong to go. Near side Superior Command, far side What a Shot as they race up towards the line. It's going to be close. Superior Command on the near side. What a shot on the far side, and from a long, long way back, good late headway by Vercingetorix. Never Nearer got 3rd.
Photo finish, photo finish.
Moving up to the starting point, and they're off. They're racing for the Remembering Dear Lauren Scott Memorial Handicap Hurdle. It's 2 miles and a furlong for these runners. And racing down towards the first hurdle, it's Berry de Carjac, who made all to score last time at Stratford, setting off once again with the lead here under Catherine Wharton as they approach the first hurdle, leading over from King Alfonso. And that in light blue jacket with the noseband on, in on the act to Mitchell Bastian. A further couple away to Killian's Well in the orange. And then Aldrin, and in red, white and blue, Salto Chisco was the last one to touch down over the other side of flight number 2. It's Berry de Carjac then, who shows the way. Length and a half ahead of King Alfonso and Sean Bone, who raced in 2nd. In on the act is travelling in 3rd through the early part of the journey. In on the act, he's going back over hurdles today, having taken a tumble over fences when last seen 12 days ago. Aldrin then towards that one's outer. The top weight under Tom Scudamore. Aldrin's making his handicap debut today, having scored that win of the Bangor maiden hurdle last time. Back towards home on this occasion. It's Berry de Carjac who leads, and now stretching away by 2.5 to 3 lengths ahead of King Alfonso, racing in 2nd in dark green and maroon with the white cap there for his pilot. Another 1 length back to In on the Act to Mitchell Bastian 3rd from Killian's Well and James Bowen. And then Aldrin and Salto Chisco as they step over that hurdle, the 3rd of the 8 in total, and race on towards what will be the last in a circuit's time. Berry de Carjac with the lead, shows by a length over King Alfonso and In on the Act. Then to the outside, Aldrin, who moved up well at this point, from Killian's Well and Salto Chisco, and it's only 4 lengths between leader and last as they went by us with a lap to go. Berry de Carjac leading from King Alfonso, racing in 2nd, with In on the Act back in 3rd. Then to the outside, Aldrin, for the colours of valueracingclub.co.uk. Killian's Well, he won here back in July. It's against the running rail there, and a share for 4th. And Salto Chisco, the winner at Kempton back in May, is the back marker of a 6-strong field as they work down this part of the track. And they've got 4 more hurdles to take once they race into the back straight. And it's Berry de Carjac in a bid to make all the running, who still has that lead. Berry de Carjac from King Alfonso. Only a head away then to In on the Act between horses. Aldrin wider out from then Killian's Well and Salto Chisco under Harry Bannister as they work towards 4 out. And Berry de Carjac is yet to be headed. Still leads it by a length over the improving Aldrin to the outside of In on the Act. Then more back toward the inner to find King Alfonso. Then Salto Chisco, who's now moved by Killian's Well as the scrubbed along back marker as they went over 3 from the finish. Berida Karjak with the lead from Aldrin, who moves up into second place now, the top weight. Salto Chisco also continuing to get a bit closer. Then King Alfonso and In on the Act, and a couple away then to Killian's Well as they start to turn left-handed and head out of the back straight. 2 more flights of hurdles left to take when they turn for home in the Remembering Dear Lawrence Scott Memorial Handicap Hurdle Race, and it's Berida Karjak who leads, but Aldrin is certainly on his case there to the outside with only a length now to find. Salto Chisco will race for home back in third. He then in turn clearing King Alfonso. In on the Actors hard at work, and so too Killian's Well. They level out now to 2 out. Still yet to get to Berida Karjak. Salto Chisco now looking to look lively in the white, red and blue silks. And then Aldrin, 2 out. Berida Karjak just jumping in front of Salto Chisco a little. Berida Karjak with the lead under Catherine Walton. Salto Chisco now angled more towards the stand side. Killian's Well's going to get second wind and is running on. At the last now, Salto Chisco fired over the flight of hurdles. Serves it up to Berida Karjak. And Salto Chisco getting up under a determined Harry Bannister ride. Salto Chisco picking up Berida Karjak with Killian's Well in third and King Alfonso in fourth.
9 of them then, moving towards the starter steadily. Cold Shoulder to the 4 as they advance. And they're off in the Pertemps Network Juvenile Maiden Hurdle. And it is Cold Shoulder who jumps off in front and goes freely, approaching the first, and is already 5 or 6 lengths clear of the pursuers. He gets over it safely. Snookered makes a mistake when in the chasing line, black and white diamond jacket, and Eric LaRouge was jostled around in rear by Steel Helmet, and Cold Shoulder is going further clear. 7 or 8 lengths ahead. He's gone off very sharply here under Tommy Dowling, with the nose-bounded Born Legend heading the chasers currently. The Batham Boy with a white face away to the left, and then Snookered. Pageberg, Daryl Jacob green jacket towards the inner. Is a little keen early on, Pageberg, throwing his head around as the leader Cold Shoulder clears the second, and now must be 15 lengths ahead of Born Legend, the Batham Boy, Snookered, Pageberg. Then Eric LaRouge in an orange jacket, followed out wide by Steel Helmet. Beach break towards the inner, Mangata at the tail, and Cold Shoulder is clear over the third. The remainder stream out over it now. Mangata in the noseband, the last to land. Eric the Rouge bustled along for a few strides on touching down, and Cold Shoulder, well, he's given that to his rivals at present. He must be 20, maybe 25 lengths ahead, travelling up the side of the course and on to the fourth. Born Legend and the Batham Boy are chasing at a respectful distance. Snookered black and white jacket in fourth, and then Pageberg the rail to Eric LaRouge, and Beach Break in a sheepskin noseband waited within the hands of Will Kennedy. Mangata has made a position, and Steel Helmet is now at the tail. Cold Shoulder is closing in quickly on the fourth. Born Legend, the Batham Boy and Snookered still chase, but aren't any closer at present. Then Pageberg and Eric LaRouge, Mangata, Beach Break and Steel Helmet. Cold Shoulder over that one, landed in a little bit of a heap. They approach halfway. Born Legend took it in second ahead of the Batham Boy, Snookered. Pageberg and Daryl Jacob yet to leave the inner. Then Eric LaRouge, Lizzie Kelly in an orange jacket, 3 or 4 lengths Beach Break, followed by Mangata, and Steel Helmet is toiling. So Cold Shoulder has gone beyond the halfway point. He isn't quite so far clear, but he'd still be probably 12, 15 lengths ahead of Born Legend and Snookered, second and third. Eric LaRouge is improving around the field. Pageberg is still there, and then the Batham Boy is being driven along. Beach Break, Yellow Jacket in touch, and Cold Shoulder is being steadily reeled back as he comes to the fifth. Gets over it with an 8 to 10 length advantage over Born Legend. And then Eric LaRouge, Snookered and Pageberg. The Batham Boy still there, but he's been under pressure for a while now. Beach Break continues to be weighted with, then a couple ends Mangata, and a long break to Steel Helmet. Cold Shoulder at the fourth from home, only about 5 lengths up, steps at it like a tired horse, and is about to be gathered up. Mangata, meanwhile, is being pulled up, and Steel Helmet can barely raise a gallop at the back of the field, and Born Legend has moved on. followed through by Snookered, Pageberg, Green Jacket, Eric LaRouge wide, and then Beach Break still ridden patiently over the third last. Born Legend a couple of lengths up on landing to Pageberg around the inner of Snookered and Eric LaRouge. Now Beach Break is shaken up, just threading the eye of the needle. Cold Shoulder has stopped quickly. The Batham Boy has been shaken off, and Born Legend is the one who's committed, rounding the last turn under Harrison Bezic. He skipped 5 or 6 lengths clear. Pageberg is now chasing. Then Beach Break in the noseband moving into third ahead of Snookered. Eric LaRouge is looking one pace. Pageberg has come under pressure, and Born Legend has slipped the field here as he runs towards the second last. Enterprising bit of riding from Harrison Bezic. Kicked him away from the landing side of 3 out. He's got a long lead now. Beach Break has moved into second. Pageberg, who pulled very hard in third, is now empty. And then back in fourth, Snookered from Eric LaRouge, and Born Legend sauntering down towards the final flight. Simply has to skip over it to collect here. Born Legend gets over it, wrapping the top a long way clear of Beach Break. Snookered moves into third past a leaden-legged Pageberg, and Born Legend, at the 5th time of asking over hurdles, is off the mark. A good ride from Harrison Bezic. Born Legend scores for Oliver Sherwood and the British Racing Club. Beach Break is second, Snookered third, and Eric LaRouge is in fourth.
First, number 2, Born Legend. Second.
They're off. Over 7 furlongs for Division 1 of the Collect Take Pull winnings at Betfred Shops Handicap Stakes. In the early stages, Lakeski, one of the first to show, as they race into the turn, with Over Hoff Street coming around the outside to now pick up the running from Lakeski. Spare Parts is chasing the leaders. The pace is a very generous one, with Lady Guinevere and Leith Bridge rather outpaced in the rear. Over Hoff Street, Callum Shepherd raced into a 3-length lead as they approach the entrance to the home straight. Lakeski giving chase, Swan Serenade up into third, in front of Spare Parts fourth as they race past the half-mile pole. King Street Lady is next. Over Hoff Street establishing a 7-length advantage with just over 3 furlongs to go. Lakeski continues to chase the leader. Swan Serenade is third, then King Street Lady. Spare Parts is being driven hard. Tally's Son's beginning to make progress, along with Indiana Dawn down the outside. Just over a quarter of a mile to go. The leader is coming back to the field. Over Hoff Street by only a couple of lengths. Spare Parts picking up again with Tally's Son, Cath's Boy short of room, Swan Serenade in behind, and King Street Lady now coming through. Over Hoff Street swamped over a furlong out. Spare Parts is now the new leader down the outside. The Special One and Indiana Dawn are closing in. Cath's Boy's running on with Tally's Son. It's Spare Parts and the Special One getting up near the finish. The Special One and Spare Parts have gone past together. Lady...
They're off. For the commission-free racing at Matchbook Handicap Hurdle event, 2 miles is the journey. And Caprice d'Anglais, now the colour change, Harry Reid on board in maroon and grey silks, will lead them down towards the first of their hurdles this time. From Black Bubble and close up Midnight Jitterbug in the blue with the yellow stars. Then Ermine's Emerald. Then the other colour change in the field here, now dark blue and red quarters for Kahuma. And rider Josh Newman on board, sitting just in behind the tempo currently, with Zante in the dark green behind. And the white, red and blue of Salto Chisco. Couple away to Black Fire, who's in the green jacket. Then the favourites Racing Silks of Pepe Le Pew, closely attended to by Spader. That's the black and white jacket, the blue sleeves and cap, and the back market is Skilled in the noseband and the mount of Charlie Post. So good 10 lengths between the leader and last, and that leader is the grey Caprice d'Anglais. Will turn right-handed to show by a good 2 lengths at the moment to Black Bubble racing in second under Lee Edwards, only a neck away to Midnight Jitterbug, who shows in third position. Then Ermine's Emerald, back to the inside of that one is Kahuma from Salto Chisco, then Zante, a couple away Pepe Le Pew, then Black Fire from Spader, and at the rear is Skilled as they continue this run towards flight number 3. Approaching it now, Caprice d'Anglais with the lead. From Black Bubble, over in third, Midnight Jitterbug. They're all safely over to third. Now improving into fourth place is Kahuma, then Ermine's Emerald and Zante, along with Salto Chisco, as they took that next hurdle. Next is Pepe Le Pew from Black Fire. Spader has just 1 horse behind, and that is Skilled as they begin to turn into the back straight. It's Caprice d'Anglais who continues in the lead, about 3 lengths ahead of Midnight Jitterbug, sharing out second with Black Bubble. Further 2.5 lengths away, Kahuma racing in 4th, and then Salto Chisco, who's just ahead of Zante and Ermin's Emerald, and then Blackfire and Pepe Le Pew from Spader, and then Skilled, who have to pass everything to score. On the race, sent towards 4 out, this is flight number 5. It's Caprice d'Anglais from Midnight Jitterbug, then Black Bubble. Kahuma's landed in 4th place. Zante was a little untidy there. Salto Chisco just in front of that runner on the landing side of the flight. Then Pepe Le Pew and Black Fire from Spader. Then Ermin's Emerald has lost a bit of ground. Skilled now looking to go by that runner at the rear. So Caprice d'Anglais with the lead, taken on for it though now by Midnight Jitterbug and Black Bubble close up behind along with Kahuma as they went over 3 out. Next is Salto Chisco, then Zante. Black Fire looking to improve on the inside of Pepe Le Pew. Between those 2 horses is Spader, then the ridden along Skilled, and Ermin's Emerald is now a long last quickly. So heading back towards home, they've got 2 more flights left to take, and the commission-free racing at Matchbook handicap hurdle event. Caprice d'Anglais still with the lead for the now ridden along in 2nd Midnight Jitterbug. Black Bubble is close up. Salto Chisco making headway, sharing out 4th with Zante. Spader is also on the improve as well, looking to spy the gap there just in behind. Caprice d'Anglais from the ridden along Midnight Jitterbug, then Black Bubble. Here comes Spader still waiting in behind with Salto Chisco, then Pepe Le Pew and Zante. Kahuma's pulled up before 2 out, over which Black Bubble made a very bad mistake, and Spader was interfered with there but managed to ride the bump somewhat. Caprice d'Anglais from Spader, then Midnight Jitterbug, Pepe Le Pew coming right into it, and then Salto Chisco, plenty with a squeak at the last. Spader has just gone on. Pepe Le Pew made a mistake. Midnight Jitterbug now challenging Spader. Salto Chisco close up behind. It's Spader from Midnight Jitterbug. Salto Chisco rallies really well. Salto Chisco coming at Spader. Tight finish. Maybe just Salto Chisco from Spader right near the line. Close up in 3rd was Midnight Jitterbug, then Pepe Le Pew and Black Fire.
And they're off and racing for the US Masters Golf at 188 bet handicap hurdle. It's over 2 miles, 5.5 furlongs. Demographic and Patsy's Castle in the green jacket on the outside. Mr. Fickle racing close up behind them as they go towards the first flight. And in 4th place, just beyond the inside, there's Gull Shanigans in the blue jacket. Somerset Gem is there as well, just chasing the leaders on the outside. Then is Cousin Key, who's just behind Mr. Fickle, who's got the blue headgear. Putney Island, the horse on the outside for Gavin Sheehan in the yellow and red colours as they go over the 2nd flight. The back marker at this stage is Lapalala in the hands of Richard Johnson, just tracking Gull Shanigans on the inside there. So moving on towards the 3rd flight. Demographic, the leader. Out in front then by a couple of lengths. Mr. Fickle alongside the green jacket of Patsy's Castle, just chasing the pace with on the inside Gull Shanigans. Putney Island out on the outside. And then Somerset Gem, Cousin Key. And last of all, Lapalala. They head down the side of the course now, with about 8 lengths between first and last, but the leader Demographic is clear by about 2.5 lengths then as they prepare to enter the home straight for the first time here. When they come down to the next 2 flights, there'll be numbers 4 and 5. And out in front, Demographic, who won here back in November, leading from Patsy's Castle. David Bass on the inside. Moving down towards the next flight now. Mr. Fickle racing behind them in 3rd place. On the near side then is Putney Island. Over they go over that next flight of hurdles, all jumped it safely. The order hasn't changed much, to be honest. They move between the 2 flights in the home straight, with Demographic, Patsy's Castle on the inside. And then the blue and yellow stars of Mr. Fickle. Putney Island wider. And just behind them, Cousin Key. Slightly awkward there, Cousin Key, but no damage done. Gull Shanigans on the rail, followed by Somerset Gem and Lapalala. So racing past us with a circuit to go in this opener this afternoon on quickening ground as they move away from us, heading towards the 6th flight down this side of the course, with Demographic leading by a couple of lengths. Putney Island on the heels there, on the outside of Mr. Fickle. And then behind these in 4th place rather is Gull Shanigans. as they took that. Cousin Key was next. Slight error there by Patsy's Castle. He didn't quite meet it right, Patsy's Castle, and David Bass is sitting a bit lower in the saddle. Wasn't sure whether he might have lost an iron briefly there, but now move into last place now, Patsy's Castle, as Lapalala passes a rival for the first time as they get ready for the next flight. And Lapalala has gone. A fall for the champion jockey there. Lapalala up on her feet okay. I'll give you news of Richard Johnson as soon as I have it. Let's hope he's all right. Moving on towards the next flight of hurdles now. And still, Demographic is the leader. Butney Island running a much better race today. Moving into second place. Clear second now. Pushing along now, Mr. Fickle. No move yet from Sam Twiston-Davis on Gull Shanigan. Somerset Gem and Cousin Key getting closer. Patsy's Castle having lost its place, jumping the sixth flight. He's almost accepted it now, David Bass, and almost certain to be pulled up, you'd imagine, as they move out of the back straight. They move down the side of the course before they turn in towards the last two flights. Delighted to report that Richard Johnson is walking back with the medical staff. So good news that the champion's on his feet okay. Meanwhile, the race is really unfolding now because Mr. Fickle is finding plenty for Josh Moore's urgings and joins in now with Demographic on the turn. Gull Shanigan's within 2 lengths in third, followed by Somerset Gem. Cousin Key is next, and Butney Island, having shown promise, dropped away rather tamely on that part of the track. They got 2 more flights left to take, and Mr. Fickle definitely in front now. What's Demographic got left? Gull Shanigan's trying hard in third. Over the second last they go. These 3 are clear of the others now. Mr. Fickle, Demographic is coming back for more. Between them is Gull Shanigan's. Still down towards the last flight they come then. And it's tight at the head of affairs. Demographic responding. Mr. Fickle probably just has the lead there. Here's the final flight. Very narrow advantage, Mr. Fickle. Demographic on the outside. Then Gull Shanigan's. Demographic finding plenty for Darryl Jacob. Mr. Fickle and Josh Moore the near side. Mr. Fickle and Demographic to the line they go. It's very tight indeed. Maybe Demographic from Mr. Fickle.
Racing then. Slightly slow start by Barry Cates, but she's away now. The Glenurn Flooring Handicap Hurdle, part of the Northern Lights 2-mile hurdle qualifier. The 12 runners are on their way. Hey Listen and PC Dixon are sharing for the lead. Out wide is the Banished Door. Christmas in USA is right up there as well as they clear the first flight. Stag's Leap running quite wide on the course. Reedham and Weepers just tucked in behind runners, along with Mick the Poser, who wears white with a red sash and blue cap, as Sean Quinlan. And in behind those we've got Reedham and Weep running slightly wider. Golden Town is just at the back of the main body of runners, along with Peters Gray. These stripes in behind that is the Compeller, who's held up towards the back, along with Barry Kate, last year's winner. And Moore's Novelty is also right out the back early on. Heading towards flight number 2. Christmas in USA, touchdown in front. Only a narrow lead though. The Banished Door, first start for Lucinda Russell with Blair Campbell on board. Reminders at the back already for Moore's Novelty. Haven't seen that keen at the rear of the field at the moment as they head down towards flight number 3. Christmas in USA and the Banished Door, who jumped that very big. As they head over the next flight, Moore's Novelty is already losing a lot of ground at the back and still being ridden along. Hey Listen's in third place, along with Mick the Poser in 4th position. PC Dixon, Ross Chapman is up along the rail in 5th. Then we have Stag's Leap on the outside of Peters Gray. Oh, we've lost one on the bend there. A nasty incident. In fact, 2 have come down. Barry Cate's been brought down there, and Reedham and Weep has gone down around that turn. A nasty incident. The horses are running on. The jockeys are still down at the moment. So we lose 2 at that rate around that corner, and Moore's Novelty is just trying to join at the back of the group, so some drama around that bend. So runners making their way towards the next. Christmas in USA is still in the lead from the Banished Door, who's in second place on the outside of Hey Listen, who's towards the inside. Then comes PC Dixon. Mick the Poser is next. There's still reminders at the back for Moore's Novelty. So as they head down the back straight, they've got still 4 flights left to jump. Moore's Novelty is the one who's really struggling, toiling in behind runners. Christmas in USA, Grant Coburn still in the lead. Comes down towards the next from Hey Listen. The Banished Door, Mick the Poser still right there with PC Dixon along the rail. In behind we've got Peters Gray, who's in about 6th place. And then running slightly wider is Stag's Leap. Golden Town comes next, along with the Compeller. And a long gap then back to Moore's Novelty. I'm pleased to say that jockey's being helped off the track at the moment. That is Thomas Wilmot, and being helped as well by Thomas Dowson. So heading down towards their next, Christmas in USA. Just made a slight error jumping out to the left. With Hey Listen just in behind runners. Going well, Mick the Poser in third place. Golden Town tries to creep closer by the rail. And then we have Peters Gray. BC Dixon still in touch, ridden along as the Compeller, as that one tries to improve. So making their way down the home straight. The Banastor now being left behind. And so is Stag's Leap, and very quickly being pulled up is Peters Gray. Peters Gray quickly being pulled up, it seems, as they head down towards the final couple of flights. So Christmas in USA, with Hey Listen, and also coming into it now with another very heavy fall there for Christmas in USA. Took a very nasty tumble, horses up. And there's a long run now to the final flight. Hey Listen, Golden Town has come there pretty well. The Compeller is running on as well. Heading down towards the final flight, PC Dixon's in behind runners. Mick the Poser's not picked up. Here's the final flight. Hey Listen being joined by Golden Town. And here comes the Compeller and Derek Fox. And there's three of them a chance inside the final half furlong. The Compeller down this near side in front. Hey Listen is trying to rally. The Compeller just in front. And the Compeller will win. Beats Hey Listen into second place. Then came Golden Town. They're clear of PC Dixon.
Particularly as a chaser in time. Coming in here. They're off and racing. Jumping away then. 2 miles the trip for the Mesa Gifford handicap chase here. Straight into the first fence with Jack the Journeyman on the inside and Lord Ben on the outer. The two of them really winged that. Oh, and there stumbling after the fence was It's a Sting, and he's come down. It's a Sting. Down at the first fence. Slowly Leighton Aspel getting to his feet, and I think the horse has galloped on fine away from that as well. He seems none the worse. So no harm done, I don't think, except perhaps to a few pockets around the track as It's a Sting falls at the first. They come down now towards the home straight. 4 of them in line here and setting a really good tempo, both Lord Ben and Jack the Journeyman. Clear of the Gigopolist at the moment, and then he in turn is clear of Helium, and then switched off right at the back of the field. Britannia Bello on the outside of Salto Chisco. Taking the next fence and over that one safely, albeit there's 15 lengths first to last. The leader is Lord Ben, coming down towards the third fence. He's over safely. Over it safely enough, the other runners as well. Jack the Journeyman remains in second place. He's clear of the Gigopolist, and then Salto Chisco, who's ahead of Helium now, and Britannia Bello is our back marker, but well in touch as they come to the open ditch in front of the stands. Lord Ben leading at this, and there in second place, Jack the Journeyman gave it a little nudge. The other 4 tightly grouped up now in behind them. Third place for Salto Chisco as they approach the next plain fence. Lord Ben leading at this one. He's up and over safely. Helium in touch to the inside of Salto Chisco. Britannia Bello and the Gigopolist has dropped now away a little bit at the back end of the field. There's a few lengths between himself and the other runners. So they make their way then down the far side of the track on towards fence number 6. Lord Ben, in this first-time visor, is having the desired effect. He's very enthusiastic at the head of affairs from Jack the Journeyman in second place. Helium touchdown in third, just ahead of Salto Chisco in fourth and Britannia Bello fifth. And the Gigopolist is toiling still at the back end of the field. Helium didn't jump the next particularly well. On they go towards the 8th. Lord Ben still the advantage, held by a length and a half over Jack the Journeyman. Salto Chisco in the red, white and blue behind him, Helium, and then Britannia Bello switched to the wide outside now, taking the next plain fence. The Gigopolist is still going, but he's now 12 or 15 lengths behind him. And now an open ditch. Lord Ben at this fence, jumped it really well. In second place is Jack the Journeyman, followed then by Salto Chisco and Britannia Bello 3 and 4. Now the last fence over on the far side. Lord Ben, fabulous jump again. Britannia Bello is a little bit sticky in behind him, but Lord Ben really stretching on here. Lord Ben from Jack the Journeyman in second place. Salto Chisco in third. In fourth place is Helium, and Britannia Bello is in fifth now, not really responding either as they race on down the side of the course. So with the advantage, Lord Ben. He's out in front for Sean Houlihan. Sean chasing a double today. Jack the Journeyman second, but under pressure. All the time closer now is Salto Chisco, who's right in behind them, breathing down their necks under Harry Bannister. And Salto Chisco goes second as they turn to the second last. Helium is next. Britannia Bellows offered nothing really. He's right at the back of this chasing group and well behind. That was the second last fence. And now Salto Chisco has come through to take the lead, and quite clearly bounding on from Lord Ben, who's given it everything in second place at the last. Salto Chisco over from Lord Ben. Helium's into third place as Jack the Journeyman fades away. They're away from the last now and on to the run-in, and Salto Chisco is scampering clear by some 5 to 6 lengths over Lord Ben. Salto Chisco wins in really good style here for Harry Whittington and Harry Bannister. Beats Lord Ben, who was second. Helium was third, clear of Jack the Journeyman.
Now, so they're getting ready to go, and they're off and running. Stone Quirker's very reluctant to join in. He's being ridden along at the back of the field. He didn't want to join in with the other horse at the start, so Brian Hughes just cajoling him along. He's got cheek pieces and a hood to get him interested. They're racing then. They're racing UKHT handicap hurdle, and Like a Diamond shoots off into an early lead as they come down towards the first flight. Touchdown in front, Like a Diamond, with a lead of a couple of lengths. Voice from Above is sitting just about in second place with Whiskey Marmalade in the light blue colours, the sheepskin noseband, wider out than the green and red colours of the veteran Claude Carter. Superior Command amongst those tucked in behind these leaders. Took that there just behind the red jacket of Near to Tears. On the inside, Stone Quirker's much closer now, having got into a good position. Having jumped off a tab reluctantly, he'll take that in third place as they jumped that third flight. Like a Diamond then, Henry Brooks stretching out in front. Whiskey Marmalade, Richie McClernand in the saddle racing in second. And then Stone Quirker's is third. Fourth is Near to Tears in the red colours, Superior Command, green jacket on the outside, then Claude Carter together there with Frightened Rabbit, who races a bit deeper on the track. King of Aragon in the red and grey diamonds next with Final Countdown. Rioja Day towards the rear of the field. Endeavour on the inside is next. And then comes Voice from Above the mare, and last of all is King of Aragon as they race away from us, head down the far side of the course. And Like a Diamond is putting in a decent spell in front here. Leads by about 5 lengths now. Whiskey Marmalade leads the chasing posse in second place. Together there with Claude Carter as they took that next flight of hurdles. Stone Quirker's jumped in about 5th or 6th place. Still on the premises is Near to Tears as they continue towards the middle flight on the far side. Field getting more and more strung out now as they took that flight of hurdles. One more down this far side of the track. And still out in front is Like a Diamond. Comes to it, oh, and hits that quite hard. Made a bit of a blunder there. Whiskey Marmalade, oh, bad mistake at the back there by Frightened Rabbit. That's surely put him out of the race. He's going to be pulled up by James Corbett. Racing on then, down towards the turn out of the back straight. Still just over 3/4 of a mile left to go here. The Racing UKHD handicap hurdle, Like a Diamond, is making every post a winning one so far. Now Stone Quirker's looms up on the outside of Whiskey Marmalade. They're in second and third place, followed in fourth place by Arantes as they take the turn. Near to Tears on the outside. Final Countdown in their pitching as well. Superior Command trying to get into it. Endeavour has just made up some ground behind them. The course and distance winner in the maroon and white colours now moves into 6th place. Racing up the home straight they come then down towards the third last, and still the leader as they took that is Like a Diamond. But Stone Quirker sitting comfortably in his slipstream, it would seem. Here with every chance is Final Countdown on the outside. Superior Command switch for a run as well. All change up front. Stone Quirker has struck the front as they approach the second last. Superior Command though is going with him. Together on the wide outside, Endeavour and Arantes and Final Countdown. These 5 are kicking clear. They got one more flight left to take here. Superior Command, Derek Fox with Stone Quirkers. They were together over the final flight. They've kicked 3 lengths clear of Final Countdown, and these two settle down to fight it out. Superior Command on the near side, Stone Quirkers on the far side. Little to choose between them. Superior Command though is finding more, and Superior Command digs deep to win for Derek Fox and Lucinda Russell. Stone Quirkers second. Then came Final Countdown in third place, followed home by Arantes in fourth. Endeavour was 5th.
And they're off. Jumping away over 6 furlongs for the Watch On Racing TV handicap. The white-faced Star Cracker is away well, along with Cardor Lily. They've got into a couple of groups, just the two of them over to the far side. Jack's on fire, leading Jesse Allen over there, but the bulk of the runners coming more towards this side. Led up there by Star Cracker, Arago in the yellow and purple jacket. Cardor Lily also well to the fore. They're chased closely by It's Never Enough and Forever a Lady. House Deposit is over towards the far side with the purple stars on the white sleeves and cap. That one keeping company at this point with Sienna Dream, already now pushed along his Pallavicini Run. Well down the field as well, Miller Bella and Indiaro right under the stands rails. They head on down towards the final quarter of a mile, and up ahead, Cardor Lily pressing Arago for the lead. Forever a Lady more towards the near side in maroon and white colours, and then over to the far side. Jack's on fire. House Deposit is one from the right. On the very far right is Jesse Allen. A few chances then as they make the run towards the final furlong. Jack's on fire. Star Cracker coming back. Jesse Allen over to the far side with House Deposit. Forever a Lady right under the stands rails. Cardor Lily is also boxing on into the closing stages. Jesse Allen over to the far side. This side is Forever a Lady. Cardor Lily up in between them as they go close home. Forever a Lady gets today. Forever a Lady up in time to Cardor Lily. Jesse Allen.
Monsino just in behind them. They're off. Racing then for the Fakenham Handicap Chase. They go over 2 miles and half a furlong. Straight into the lead is Salto Chisco, looking for a stride at the first and measures it well enough. Nice jump by Crafty Roberto. Mercy and King had a little bit of a look in third place. Then Jethro and Monzino as they take their first of 12 fences as they race then down the side for the first time. So the leader is Salto Chisco from Crafty Roberto with the white face in red in second. Mercy and King just trying to settle in third place under Jack Quinlan as they head down towards their second fence. Jethro with the red sleeves and green in behind as they clear fence number 2. And Monzino in the green and yellow diamond jacket, white sleeves, sits at the tail under Lee Edwards. So racing left-handed, 2 more down this part of the track. And Salto Chisco, who's won round here previously, going on by about 3 lengths to in second place, Crafty Roberto. Then Mercy and King. Bit of a gap back to Jethro and then Monzino as they take their next. And all 5 take it okay as they head down towards fence number 4. Salto Chisco with the blue cap then out in front, looking to see a stride under Gavin Sheehan. And then has to pop it at the end, but the horse was clever. Crafty Roberto tracking him. Then out a little bit wide is Mercy and King. 5 lengths back to Jethro and Paddy Brennan, his only ride here today. And Monzino sits some way adrift. So making their way towards the open ditch for the first time. This is fence number 5. Salto Chisco with just in behind to the right, Crafty Roberto. So you measure the open ditch. The first 2 were good. Mercy and King over in third place. Then Jethro. A bit of a gap back to Monzino, who's looking for his first win after 21 starts. So making their journey towards the home straight once again. Little look over the shoulder by Gavin Sheehan to see where the others are. Salto Chisco. Shaped well at Huntingdon last time. Leads up by about 3 or 4 lengths to Crafty Roberto and Keelan Woods in second. Then Mercy and King as they head over the next. The leader was quite extravagant but big and bold. Jethro just lost a little bit of ground in behind, as did Monzino, as they head towards the fence. Right in front of us by the winning post. The leader fiddled his way over cleverly. Crafty Roberto has been good so far. Then we have Mercy and King in third place. A bit of a gap back to Jethro. And then about 8 lengths back to Monzino as they race out onto their final circuit for the Fakenham Handicap Chase. So leading down the side of the course, Salto Chisco, another look to see where the others are by Gavin Sheehan. He has 4 lengths in hand over Crafty Roberto, who's in second. Then we have Mercy and King, who runs a little bit wider in third. The leader was good, so was the second again. The third jumped it pretty well. Jethro jumped it a little bit side on in fourth place. Paddy Brennan's got quite a bit of ground to make up. Doesn't look overly happy on Jethro. In fact, he's easing right off on him. He's going to be pulling him up, Jethro. He's been overtaken by Monzino. So out of the race, Jethro, as they head down towards 2 more down the far side of the track. Salto Chisco still leads by 2 lengths to Crafty Roberto. Then out wide, Mercy and King. And Monzino continues a distance behind in fourth. heading towards 3 out. The leader's been shaken up in front. Salto Chisco would like to see a stride. He finds it there. 3 lengths to the good from Crafty Roberto, just being niggled along. And then Mercy and King, who's still in touch, and they're a long way clear of Monzino. The leader has 3 lengths in hand, heading towards the final open ditch, 2 from the finish. The race, though, far from over. Salto Chisco, tracked by Crafty Roberto, and out wide, Mercy and King. Heading to the final open ditch, 2 out. Salto Chisco is over, 2.5 lengths clear from Mercy and King and Crafty Roberto. They're both under pressure. The leader is finding in front. He's about 4 lengths clear, racing towards the home straight. 1 left to go. Salto Chisco maintains the gallop, beginning to draw away. Goes on by half a dozen lengths now to Crafty Roberto and Mercy and King. They've got 5 lengths to find on the leader. Salto Chisco heading towards the final fence and a short straight to the line here. Gavin Shin, will he see a stride at the last? He has to sit. The horse has fiddled his way over. 4 lengths clear of Crafty Roberto. Then comes Mercy and King. Salto Chisco getting a bit lonely in front, a bit tired, but he's going to hang on here. Salto Chisco 2 from 2 at Fakenham and takes it from Crafty Roberto in second. Then came Mercy and King. And
they're off. The second race, the Jockey Club Ownership Syndicate Handicap Hurdle, and they're going to jump 10 flights on their way round with the Boss on the Hill purple jacket in headgear, one of the early disputants, with Mount Russell, Demographic taking a keen hold to the inside, blue and white sleeves. Big jump from the Boss on the Hill over the first. Mount Vesuvius touchdown in last place. Just chasing the leaders, dark green and yellow Late Shipment, a red jacket of Darloa on that one's outer. Wide on the course, light blue Ladies Dancing, with Shadai, the grey best turned out winner, to the inside. Just chased long on landing there by James Banks, Orthodox Lad. Dark blue with white spots in around 7th, racing on the outside of Apple Pops. That one just tucking it in behind now with Demographic. And the last 3 all but grey. Let's Go Duchess and Connor Smith, and Mount Vesuvius is last of all. Around 12 lengths, maybe 15, would separate first to last here as they make the turn into the home straight for the first time. And it's Michael Hurd on the Boss on the Hill, leading by 2 lengths to Mount Russell and Jeremiah McGrath in second position, with on the outside Darloa, Shadai on the inner, and wider is Ladies Dancing and Kieran Gethings, followed by Late Shipment under Robert Williams. On that one's inner is Orthodox Lad, followed by Demographic, the favourite, under Darryl Jacob. That's currently racing in 8th place with Apple Pops to the outside. And the back 3 all but grey, Let's Go Duchess and Mount Vesuvius as they clear the first one in the home straight, and all of them without mishap as they now run on towards flight number 4 of the 10. And it is the Boss on the Hill with the advantage to Mount Russell, running in a handicap for the first time today for Henry Oliver. Ladies Dancing to the outside is very prominent coming into this, and almost jumped it upsides, the Boss on the Hill. In 4th position, Shadai on the inside of Orthodox Lad, Darloa, then Late Shipment, all but grey chased along at the back, and weighted with in rear is Let's Go Duchess, along with Mount Vesuvius, and Demographic still just worse than midfield as they've got a circuit left to run in the second race this afternoon. They're heading on to the side with the horse boxes on their left-hand side and flight number 5 in front of them. And it is the Boss on the Hill with on the outside Mount Russell, almost coming to join the leader now, and touchdown level there as they get over that. Late Shipment is being ridden along to the outside, not responding just yet, and all but grey is very much off the bridle, has dropped back to last now, passed by Mount Vesuvius as they now head into the back straight. It's a narrow lead from the Boss on the Hill to in second Mount Russell. Shadai with Orthodox Lad, Darloa and Ladies Dancing out wider. Flight number 6 in front of them. Demographic jumped that in 7th or 8th place. Apple Pops is getting some reminders now back in the field. Let's Go Duchess just creeping a little bit closer. The Royal Blue on the wide outside as they now move on towards number 7. And through where they started, they have gone and heading to what was their first. The Boss on the Hill, it looks pretty serious for him now. He's been headed by Mount Russell. Mount Russell and Shadai on the inside. Orthodox Lad, Darloa, Let's Go Duchess following them with Demographic, and the rest look to be struggling with Apple Pops. Mount Vesuvius is under the whip. Ladies Dancing has dropped out and is being pulled up, and so too is All But Grey. Getting over that one then. And it is Mount Russell, Orthodox Lad, Darloa, Shadai on the inner. Let's Go Duchess travelling well in 5th place. Demographic on that one's inside. They're clear from the Boss on the Hill. So these 6 look to have it between them now as they've got 2 left to jump, and it's Mount Russell leading Darloa, who is pushed along by David Pritchard. Orthodox lad Shadai. Daryl Jacob is nursing away on Demographic under pressure. Connor Smith still sitting still on the mare Let's Go Duchess on the outside, but Mount Russell then still going along nicely in front of Darloa. The grey Shadai in 3rd place. James Best looks for a double. Let's Go Duchess out wider, and then Orthodox lad, and in 6th position then is Demographic. Let's Go Duchess cruising on the outside, and now Mount Russell is driven. There's not much there. Demographic picking up a bit for Jacob now as Let's Go Duchess saunters into the lead. She's never won before. Is this to be her day? Here is the second last. Let's Go Duchess over to Demographic in 2nd. Smith takes a look round. Darloa, Mount Russell and Shadai are one-paced, battling out 3rd. So can Demographic get a blow-in at this mare Let's Go Duchess? The leader, now jockey, goes for the whip. Connor Smith. She's just wandering a little bit in front, drifts across Demographic. Here's the final flight. Let's Go Duchess. She didn't jump it very well, but she leads by a length. Demographic, though, is fighting on well to the inside, and Demographic is finishing the stronger now for Daryl Jacob, and Demographic is coming away from Let's Go Duchess late on, and Demographic wins for Daryl Jacob, the British Racing Club, and Emma Lavelle. Let's Go Duchess 2nd, Shadai back in 3rd, then Mount Russell. Late Shipment finished in 5th, Orthodox lad 6th, and last to finish.